Good morning, NewsFloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning I'm down in Dalton at the Dixie Group's headquarters, and I'm with Len Andolino, the new Vice President of the Decorative Division at the Dixie Group. Len, how you doing?
I'm great.
The Decorative Division, starting today, you're rolling out what you spent the last 7 months building. It's basically a new product line within the Dixie Group, right?
Yes. The Dixie Group entered the wool business in 2006, manufacturing some of our own goods internally and a handful of imports. And then in 2013, we purchased an American-based wool manufacturer by the name of Robertex. We've been working with our own machinery and a handful of different imports, and now we've made the commitment to explode into the import arena, which I've been working in for the last 37 years.
Yeah, let's talk real quick about that. 37 years in the business, and you spent the last 15 at Courstan, and then you've also spent 10 years at Stanton as well, right?
Yes, I've had some great experience with some great companies. They've taught me everything I know, and I've taken that 37 years of experience and I'm bringing it to the Dixie Group. My intention is to combine our manufacturing capabilities with a tremendous import company.
All right, so there's a lot to bite off here. You're rolling out two brands that are extension brands to existing Dixie Group brand. One of them is called 1866 by Masland, which keys in on when the C.H. Masland Company was founded by the family 155 years ago. And you're also launching Décor by Fabrica. Both of these brands are Dixie brands, and you now are going to have collections within collections in those brands, right?
Well, there's no doubt that the Dixie Group, and specifically Masland and Fabrica, are known as the fashion leaders in this industry. So what we've had up to this point is Masland wools and Fabrica wools. And we felt that it was time that we had a new platform with a new identity, but we did not want to deviate from our roots. So that's why we've came up with 1866 by Masland and Décor by Fabrica. And we feel that there's a story to be told with both of those brands. They'll have their own merchandising and their own very distinct looks. We are working hard to make sure that we're not putting out a homogeneous product line that people just feel we just threw things together. We want to have more of a look for 1866 and a specific look for Décor so they could be set apart.
You know, it's interesting if you're kind of a historian of the business like I am, and you look at what some of the major brands, some of the decisions they've made to move away from where you're headed. Some would think maybe you're swimming upstream, but actually they've opened up opportunities for you, haven't they?
Well, I think that this category has always been under-recognized by some of the major players in our business, but I've seen a shift in thinking, and I've seen a shift in purchasing where everyone's talking more about high-end. And what these two brands will speak to the consumer is, we hit a ceiling with the Fabrica line and the Masland line, and then this takes it to a whole different point. And we feel that the high end is got some limitless capabilities.
Most people who listen to this know that just recently Dixie sold their contract business, which cut their revenue by around $60 million. You were just telling me that with what you're doing here, you think you can quickly replace that lost revenue and actually do it in a profitable way. What you're going to do is a little bit of a deviation from what the Dixie Group's known for, which is manufacturing products, because most of what you sell is going to be sourced and imported, right?
Yes, we're combining our ability to manufacture our tufted wools, and to date we are the largest wool manufacturer in the U.S. So we're going to take that already base business and we're going to launch this new focus on imported products, source products from all over the world. And it doesn't matter where it is, it just has to be aligned with what we stand for, which is fashion first, quality first. We want to have beautiful designs, beautiful looks, and beautiful colors. And we recognize that the high-end world has really become, instead of the old thinking of whole house carpeting, we recognize that this is a statement room carpet or the signature room carpet. So when somebody has that special room in their home, may it be their master bedroom or some kind of focal point where they're entertaining a lot, we know that we now will have the ability to have a product either wall-to-wall or fabricated into a rug. And the fabrication business is really on fire, and it's growing. People are taking the broadloom and they're fabricating it into a finished area rug.
You know, in old houses, it was called either the keeping room or the drawing room. I mean, that's where you sat around, entertained your company, and that's where you want your beautiful flooring. And these, let's real quick, before we run out of time, talk about what I'm looking at here. These are signature products, and they're unique. And some are woven wool, some are face-to-face polypropylene. Well, you tell us more.
Well, we're going to introduce a whole new assortment of products, from hand-tufted and hand-loomed products, literally made by hand. We're going to be doing a tremendous amount of round wire or wire Wiltons made out of 100% wool. We're going to be doing face-to-face polypropylene, which is a brand new category for us. Historically, we've only focused on 100% wool, and that's why we're no longer going to be known as Masland wool or Fabrica wool, because we're going to start introducing new fibers. And the other category that we're going to get into is we're going to get into some woven indoor-outdoor products. You know, the outdoor living room has become such a massive category today. So we're going to be a more rounded product line, and we feel that our customers will really appreciate what we're doing. As we launch this at Surfaces this coming February, our current display will house all these products. We're just going to rebrand the display and rebrand the boards that are going into it. So we're not even asking for a commitment for a new display. We're going to launch this with the dealers that have already invested in our display. They're going to just be able to have it rebranded and put the boards on it as they come out. And hopefully they'll appreciate that, because what the product line looks like today compared to what it will look like in the next 6 to 12 to 18 months is going to be remarkably different.
All right, you answered some questions there. You're launching this at Surfaces 1st of February, and you're not looking for the retailer to put in another display. This is just a change in some boards. You and I were talking earlier, who's the fit here from a dealer perspective, and it's probably the top 22% of Dixie's existing customer base that knows how to sell this kind of product, right?
Yeah, one of the great things about working with a company like the Dixie Group is we have a footprint that's enormous. We're going to focus on about the top 20% of our current account base will really be a customer for 1866 and Décor, and hopefully we'll attract some new customers along the way that want to aspire into this category as well.
One other quick point I don't think we made is you're going to be sourcing these products in a broadloom format, and you've got a setup now where you can bind these and serge these and customize the different ways that they're sold to the retailer.
Yeah, there's no doubt that the fabricated rug business is a big part of our business and a big part of the high-end industry. We have our own in-house fabrication air table, and we could hand serge things, machine serge. We could apply non-skid backing. This is a part of our business that's growing every day. And with this new content of product, which is heavily patterned, it's going to grow substantially.
All right, Len, it's great to catch up with you, and thanks for telling our audience what's going on with what you've been doing here since you started at the Dixie Group. Again, been talking to Len Andolino, the Vice President of the Decorative Division for the Dixie Group, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.